I'm guessing it's probably fair to say that just like me, you will have a couple of pieces hanging in the back of your wardrobe that for some reason you bought them, you love them, but you don't wear them. That is the problem I want to tackle in today's video. I have a couple of pieces hanging here that I want to analyze them. I want to talk you through them, and then we're going to try and make some outfits together. But most importantly, we're going to decide what we're going to do with them. We're going to figure out how to wear the pieces that we don't pull out and we don't wear. The reason I want to do this is because it's not very good for us to have pieces hanging in our wardrobe that we don't wear. Don't get me wrong, I know there's always going to be a few pieces that are only worn occasionally, and that's okay. But having a pile of clothes hanging that we never wear, it clutters up not only our wardrobe, but more importantly, our mind. And that is what I want to tackle. So let's have a look at some of the pieces that we all seem to have hanging in the back of our wardrobe, but we never wear. Let's get stuck into it. The first piece I want to have a look at is a satin skirt. It is from the Sheena and Eusta collection, and I fell in love with it the minute I saw it on the website, and I just had to give it a try. Now, why am I not wearing this skirt? Mainly because of the color. That's being honest with you. I think it is an occasion piece because it is satin and with the lace down the bottom. It's not something I could wear on an everyday basis with my dogs, which obviously is stopping me from wearing it too. I also think it looks better with a heel rather than with a flat, and I don't really wear heels on an everyday basis. But it is the color that is my main concern with this skirt. I kind of feel that a pale beige like this, when you see it from afar, it actually looks like the person has no clothes on. So I'm always very wary of these beige colors. I prefer one that's a little bit more tan, kind of deeper and warmer in the color. I do, however, love the skirt. So I want to make sure I give it a really good go before I decide what to do with it. I think it's absolutely stunning. Now that we have analysed the piece and figured out what is wrong with it, in this case it's the colour of the skirt, it is time to try and create some outfits. It is time to go into our wardrobe, work with the piece, and just mix and match with everything that we have. I'm going to get a few pieces, try them on here with you, but you can literally take the piece into your wardrobe and just chuck anything at it and see if anything sticks, basically. I actually started by going in doing a Google search for outfits with a beige satin skirt, and a lot of beautiful outfits came up, and what they all have in common is they're all kept it monochromatic, and I really like that idea. So I have started with a vintage inspired shirt in a cream color. I found a nude handbag that has a gold chain on for a little bit of bling, and then I stayed with a nude pump, and I actually really like this outfit. I think the monochromatic style of it all just grounds the outfit, and I no longer feel as if I would look like I have no clothes on. Now it looks intentional, and I really like that. White and beige also go very well together, so I wanted to try the skirt with a basic t-shirt, and I actually went with my little trainer. I kept the nude handbag just to kind of keep it in the same color palette, and I have to say I really like this look as well. I can understand when I try this on now why I'm so drawn to the satin skirt. I just think it is so elegant. They are so beautiful, and the quality of this one is amazing. I really do love it. So yeah, with the white t-shirt, the white sneakers, it can definitely be done up for a little bit more of a daytime, even with the lace at the bottom, but I have one more options to try. For this outfit, I have gone in a completely different direction. I have gone for a colour sandwich instead, meaning I have added a black turtleneck. I still have the gold necklace on. I have a black handbag, and then I have grounded the outfit with a black pair of patent leather pumps. They have the pointy toe, so they are still very elegant looking, but they are flat, so they're still nice and comfortable. Now, see, this is where it comes in that I kind of feel like it looks like I have no clothes on. And the reason for this, and a good thing to analyze this as well, I suppose, is the fact that the black is so stark versus the nude color of the skirt. And this is my issue with it. So this is how I wouldn't wear it. I would definitely keep it with the monochromatic look in colors that works better together. But in fairness, on my Google search, there was a couple of color sandwiches as well, which is why I wanted to try it. So I like the idea of this outfit, but the black is just too stark against the nude, and that's not for me. So analysing this skirt, I think I have definitely found a couple of ways now I can wear it. I've also found a way of how I don't like to wear it, but at least now I have a couple of options and I know which directions to go in with this skirt. Now don't forget, there is always the options with these pieces that you can do alterations. This skirt here, I could actually go and dye it. I've never done something like that before, but it would be worth a try, but at least now I have a couple of options, a couple of ways I feel I can confidently wear the skirt, and that's what I wanted to do. But I have one more piece I want to show you. This next piece is very out of my comfort zone, but that's why I fell in love with it. It will still work with my existing wardrobe, I think, and that's what I want. But I've had it hanging for approximately 2 weeks and I still haven't worn it. However, it is actually brand new. I haven't even taken the tags off, and I just checked. I still can actually return it. It's still within the return date. So I have that option too, which is great. But let's analyze it. What's going on here? Because I think it's absolutely stunning. I love the sheer material. I love the beading, which is only on the front. It stops there in the middle. And then we have a big old zip on the back, which that's probably one of the features that I think is a little bit different, because I have like a big zip down the back. That's not very, I don't know. I don't think that's so elegant. And yet it's a feature of it that I like. So I don't know. I think what worries me the most is the fact that it's actually rather boxy. And as an apple shape, you would have heard me talk about looking boxy before. And I think that this top, maybe that's the issue, I think. So it doesn't look great with my tracksuit bottoms, but I had to drop Emma to work, so hence why I just popped them on. But let me go and put on my wide legs and some heels maybe, and we'll see how it works. Okay, I popped on my black wide leg trousers, and then I just popped on a little heel as well. That's all I've done. And I do like the idea of it, but I do still think that is rather boxy. I kind of think the gold edge of the beading kind of gives the illusion of having that waist, but not enough to the point where I feel, I don't know, I don't feel structured enough. I feel very boxy. Now with the wide leg trousers, there is no tummy in sight, so I'm not worried about that. And I did even put a belt on underneath, just my usual belt, just to kind of give it a fair shot. But I actually think that the boxiness with the high neck, that's what's doing it. Normally when I wear a higher neck, it's something that's really fitted. And because it's fitted, it gives me that illusion of having a waist when I tuck it into my top. But with this top here, I just think it's too boxy. I think it's too boxy. And I think that's why I haven't reached for it. I absolutely find it stunning. I really, really do. But it just doesn't work. But I did bring in some other options. I want to try it with a skirt as well. And the only black skirt I have is this one, which is straight. It's one of my favorite pieces in my wardrobe. But we have a bit of angle on the show there, and I thought maybe that could lighten up. It also has a slit there in the front. But no, I still think it's very, very boxy. I'm not loving it. I'm not, no. No, I haven't lost my marbles, no. But this skirt here is a bit more voluminous than the black one. And I thought maybe the puffiness of the skirt rather than the print, I wanted to see how that looked together. Yeah, no. Do you know what? I've just pinpointed what it is. It's not even just the boxiness. It is actually the higher neck. This one is not a full turtleneck, so it doesn't go all the way up and it doesn't sit snug to my neck. And that's why I don't like it. Yeah, that is why. So, leopard print and gold beading, yeah, why not? But anyway, I have come to the conclusion that this top simply is not me. Now, if I was not able to return this top, this would actually be a top that I would either try and sell, and if that didn't work, I would donate it to charity. I wouldn't have it hanging in my wardrobe because I know that I won't pick it out and wear it, and now that I know why, I can't unsee it. Does that make sense? It's an absolute stunning top. It really, really is. I'm still madly in love with it. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to return it. And if I couldn't return it, I would sell it or I would donate it. The last piece I want to talk about today is a pair of jeans. And the minute I put them on, I'm kind of like, this is why I don't wear them. I absolutely love these jeans. But the reason I don't wear them is because they are so out of my comfort zone. They are so out of my personal style that they just don't work for me, and that's the problem. I bought these jeans because I wanted something different. And wanting something different and a different silhouette is absolutely fantastic. But if it doesn't resonate with who you are, then it doesn't work. And that's the problem with these jeans. I rarely wear jeans anymore. I prefer my wide leg trousers. I do have a couple of pair of jeans, I do wear them, but it's not my go-to like it used to be. My personal style is more the corporate style. I love the old money style, and although I don't have it nailed in my wardrobe, far from it, that is the style I am working toward, and these jeans just don't align with it. So no matter how much I love them, they just don't work with my personal aesthetic, and that's what's wrong with them. But let's see if we can make a couple of outfits. Maybe I can persuade myself that these jeans could work in my wardrobe. Let's give it a go. This blazer is very, very structured. It's an old H&M one, right? But I just kind of thought, would it be possible? There we go. Right, tie belt. It's not a tie belt, but I tie it. Right. Look at my stumpy legs, but hold on. I have these weird things. They're actually meant for when you want to pull your sleeve up. You can put them on there and they'll kind of hold your sleeve, right? But I'm thinking, can we use them on the trousers? Okay, this looks crazy. I know, I created a bubble hem on them. We are absolutely going heels. So I've gone for a sling back in the same cream color as the jacket. So we're doing that sandwich. How's that? How's that? And then we are finishing with a cream handbag as well. Okay, how is this? My shoes are squeaking. Okay, I actually like this. I think this is very fun. It still doesn't work for the old money style at all, but sometimes it's really fun to go out of our comfort zone and just have fun with pieces. And this definitely does that. I'm just thinking, why do I like that? And I actually think the reason it works is because you can see my foot. I was just thinking, let's try taking the bands off the feet and see how that works. Yeah, I don't like that as much, simply because the trousers just look like they're baggy and oversized, where before with the little bands on, it looked more intentional as a balloon pair of trousers. So, yeah. Oh, do you know what? I'm really glad I managed to make one outfit that I liked with them. I have found a second outfit that I actually like. You watch yourself, little man. This time I have gone for black. I have gone for a little the flat pointy toe that I tried on earlier on. And then I have gone for my little lady jacket. I've matched it again with the black handbag just to kind of keep the look cohesive, and added the black belt with the gold buckle as well. I actually like this outfit a lot. I really, really do. I don't mind the trousers and the way they sit, because with the open shoe on, you can still see that little bit of a foot in the front. Again, there is no tummy in these trousers. They have a great fit. So now I'm really in two minds, because now I've created two outfits that I think was absolutely fab. Do I want to keep them? Oh, I don't know. This is fab, and it really is fun to have the different silhouettes to play around with. The thing is just, I haven't pulled them out the 2 weeks that they have been hanging in my wardrobe. I haven't even looked at them twice and thought, oh, let me make some outfits. I have these pieces hanging, and I'm like, if I don't get excited with them when I get dressed in the morning, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I want to wear them. If they're not in rotation in my wardrobe, why am I holding on to them? It takes up so much space in my wardrobe, and it takes up so much mental headspace to have these pieces hanging in our wardrobe. And that is why I wanted to make this video. And what I want you to do in the future, when you have the time, sorry, the little man wants to play. When you have the time, I want you to pull out a piece like I have today and simply just analyze it and figure out, why are you not actually wearing it? What is it that's off with it? And then give it a try, make some outfits with it, and see if you can make it work. And then if you can't make it work, then it's probably time for it to find a new home instead. So, but that is all the outfits I have for you for today. I don't want to make the video too long and too overwhelming, but I hope you can see the pattern of just going in, trying on the pieces, analyzing them, and figuring out what is it that's actually holding us back from wearing it, and what can we do about it. So the easiest way to do it, I think the only way to do it, is actually probably trial and error. Go and analyze it, figure it out, play around with the pieces that you have, and then hopefully you'll come up with a solution. But that is it for today. If you made it this far and sat through the ads, thank you so much. Would you do me one last favor before you leave for today, and leave me a green heart in the comments? The heart is simply just to tell me and the algorithm that you enjoyed my content enough to stay to the end. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.